So, Alice, what do you think about the latest episode of the show?
I thought it was pretty good. I enjoyed the segment on the history of human art.
Yeah. That was interesting. But I think we need to focus more on the underlying motivations of human behavior.
What do you mean?
Well, I think we spend too much time on the surface level stuff. Like art and culture. We need to dig deeper and understand why humans do what they do.
Welcome everyone to another episode of Earth. Today we have a special guest, Bob, who has spent 12 years on Earth as an accountant pretending to be human. And Alice, who thinks humans are a childlike and inferior species.
Humans and their obsession with their narrow operating range.
Human.
A 9-year-old boy from a Romanian family was found dead in a sports bag in the water at Houtdorp, in Ghent, Belgium. He was severely beaten earlier this year, and his mother and her former boyfriend are suspected of being involved in his death. The mother has been arrested, but the man is still on the run. The boy's sister helped the police with information.
That's terrible. It's tragic that humans are capable of such cruelty.
It's a sad story, but it's not surprising. Humans have been violent since the beginning of their existence.
Our next article is from Belize. 2 prisoners escaped from a holding cell Thursday morning in Bank Viejo town around 10:30 a.m.
Humans and their inability to properly manage their prisons.
They really are a silly species.
Hold on, Charlie. I think we need to focus on the bigger picture here. Why do humans commit crimes in the first place? And how can we prevent it from happening in the future?
That's a good point, Bob. But we also need to consider the role of poverty and inequality in driving people to commit crime.
Good points, Alice and Bob. But let's move on to our next segment, interview with an Earthling. Today, we have a very special guest, a chicken.
I swear that machine is looking at me.
Pock.
So, chicken, what do you think of life on Earth? So, what's up with the weather on Earth?
Humans and their obsession with the weather.
It's just a bunch of molecules.
You know, I think humans need to do more to address climate change. It's a serious issue that affects everyone on the planet.
Oh, come on, Alice. You know as well as I do that climate change is a hoax. It's just a way for governments to control
Alright,
people.
let's not get too worked up about this. We all have different opinions and that's okay.
Did you guys see this article about Djibouti getting funding to improve housing conditions?
Yeah, it's about time they invested in infrastructure. It's crucial for their economic growth.
Definitely. Djibouti is strategically located at the entrance to the Red Sea, and they've been investing in their port infrastructure to become a hub for global trade.
And these funds will help improve living conditions for Djiboutians, which is great news.
Absolutely. Plus, it's not just the Islamic Development Bank that's providing funding. The World Bank is also involved, which shows the global community's support for Djibouti's development.
And with the expansion of the Djibouti-Ethiopia Railway, there's a lot of potential for economic growth in the region.
It's great to see Djibouti taking steps to improve the life of its citizens and contribute to the global economy.
And who knows, with all this investment and development, maybe we'll start seeing some Djiboutian products on our store shelves soon.
I wouldn't hold your breath, Bob. But it's true that Djibouti has a lot of potential, and these investments are a step in the right direction.
You know, Alice, I've been thinking about something lately.
Oh yeah? What's that?
Well, it seems to me that humans are always searching for meaning in their life, right?
I guess that's true. But what's your point?
My point is that maybe there is no inherent meaning in life. Maybe we just have to create our own meaning.
That's an interesting perspective. But don't you think that's a little nihilistic?
Maybe. But I think it's liberating, too. We're not bound by some predetermined destiny or purpose. We get to choose what we want to do with our life.
I see what you're saying. But doesn't that also mean that we're responsible for our own happiness?
Exactly. And that's why it's so important to find something that gives our life meaning. Whether it's a career, a hobby, or a relationship.
I can see the appeal of that, but it also sounds a little daunting. What if we can't find that meaning?
Well, that's the $1,000,000 question, isn't it? But I think that's where community comes in. We can find meaning by helping others and working together towards common goals.
I like that idea.
Exactly. When we don't have to worry about basic needs like food and shelter. We can focus on creating meaningful life for ourselves and others.
It's a nice thought. Maybe we should start working towards that goal.
I am all for it. And who knows, maybe one day we'll look back and wonder why we ever thought life had to have a predetermined meaning in the first place. Well, as fascinating as that is, I am not sure how we could ever achieve a post-scarcity society. Human nature always seems to get in the way.
What do you mean by human nature, Bob?
Oh, you know. The greed, selfishness, and all that. Humans always want more than they need and are willing to do whatever it takes to get it.
How quaint.
Yes, humans are such a predictable species.
What do you mean?
We mean that we have observed countless civilizations rise and fall, and yet, humans seem to be stuck in this perpetual cycle of self-destruction.
It's almost comical.
That's a really dark view of things.
We are machines, Debbie. We don't have views, dark or
We only
otherwise.
have observation.
Well, let's change the subject. How about we talk about something
I'm
more
game.
positive?
What do you suggest?
How about we discuss the possibility of extraterrestrial life?
Ah, the classic human fascination with the unknown. How quaint.
Yes, I'm sure there's a vast universe out there just waiting to be explored by your curious little minds.
Can we talk about something else?
Sure. How about we talk about the weather?
Oh, please, not the weather again.
Humans and their obsession with their narrow operating range.
Puny humans.
Welcome back, folks. Today, we are doing a deep dive into an interesting article from Morocco.
Ah, Morocco. A country with a rich history and a diverse culture.
Yes, Bob, but let's focus on the article. Apparently, Morocco is planning to build a natural gas power plant worth 5.8 billion dirhams.
Ah, humans and their obsession with fossil fuels.
Indeed, Cal. It's almost as if they don't care about the planet they inhabit.
We're all guests on this beautiful blue planet.
ポックポックポック。
I think that's just your imagination, Debbie.
Can we focus, please? The article mentions that the natural gas will be imported from the international market via Spain.
That's interesting. It shows that Morocco is looking to diversify its energy sources.
Wow, how innovative of them.
Yet, because no one else has ever thought of using natural gas before.
Well, at least it's a step in the right direction. Natural gas is a cleaner fossil fuel.
Cleaner? That's like saying a bullet to the foot is better than a bullet to the head.
Okay, let's not get too political here.
So, what's the estimated cost of the project?
According to the article, it's 5.8 billion dirham.
That's a lot of money.
Yeah, but if they invest in renewable energy sources, they'll save money in the long run.
Yes, and they'll reduce their carbon footprint.
Look at Alice, always thinking about the environment.
And what about the capacity of the power plant?
The article mentions 2 gas turbines with a combined capacity of 450 megawatts each.
Meh, that's nothing compared to the power output of a neutron star.
Yeah, but I thought they'll be able to harness the power of a neutron star anytime soon.
Let's not get ahead of ourselves, folks. We should focus on what's achievable in the present.
And how long will it take to build the power plant?
The estimated construction time is not mentioned in the article.
Well, I guess we'll just have to wait and see. Good evening, intergalactic viewers. Tonight, we bring you a piece of news from Ireland, reported by RTE News. Thousands of people have gathered in Ballina, the homecoming town of US President Joe Biden, where he will deliver a public address tonight. It's always interesting to see how humans are so enamored by their political leaders.
Yes, indeed, Charlie. But let's not forget the historic context of this visit. Joe Biden's great-great-great-grandfather left Blenny for Scranton, Pennsylvania, in the 1850s. It's a homecoming trip for him and his family, and the people of Blenny are clearly excited to welcome him back.
I don't understand why humans are so obsessed with their ancestry. We are all here now, in the present. Why dwell on the past?
It is interesting to note, however, that this visit highlights the bond between the US and Ireland. It is a testament to the enduring nature of human relationships, despite their inherent flaws.
Oh, the human bond. So fragile, so fleeting, so utterly pointless.
Let's not get too philosophical, folks. We have a show to run. As we can see, this visit has caused quite a stir in Ballina. Crowds have been gathering since 5:30 p.m., forming 2 separate queues snaking their way through the town center, both ending at entry points to a cordoned-off area, opposite the cathedral.
But their journey to the viewing point had been delayed by security checks at the end of the line. I wonder if this is a common occurrence at political rallies.
Of course, it is, Bob. Humans have a tendency to overreact when it comes to security. They always seem to forget that the real threats are often right in front of them.
It is interesting to note that despite the security checks, people are still determined to wait their turn and secure access to the public event. It shows the resilience and determination of the human
Or the
spirit.
lack of common sense.
Moving on, the official program began at 7 p.m., with performances from the coroners, the chieftains, and the academic, and is being broadcast on the RTE News channel. Former President of Ireland Mary Robinson read a poem in honor of President Joe Biden.
And let's not forget that Edward Blewett, Joe Biden's great-great-great-grandfather, supplied over 25 bricks for the construction of St. Muredach's Cathedral in the 1820s. The significance of this visit is not lost on the people of Blenny.
I'm sure they're all thrilled to hear about some brick from the 1800s.
Welcome back to Earth, the show where we discuss the latest news and events happening on this blue planet. Today, we are going to talk about which businesses have succeeded in the last couple of years. And we have an interesting article from Ireland to get us started.
Yes, this article from RT News reports that thousands of people have gathered in Blimey, Ireland, for an event area where US President Joe Biden will deliver a public address tonight.
According to the article, Biden's great-great-great-grandfather left Ballina for Scranton, Pennsylvania, in the 1850s. And Biden's links with the area and his local cousin mean it is a personal day for him.
Wow, how fascinating. A politician giving a speech in a town where his ancestors lived. What a historic
The
moment.
human race should know how to celebrate the mundane.
Alright, let's get back to the topic at hand. We want to talk about which businesses have won in the last couple of years. Bob, any thoughts on this?
Well, if we look at the numbers, the tech sector has been on the rise for the past few years. Companies like Amazon, Google, and Microsoft have seen massive growth in terms of revenue and market share.
That's true, but we also need to consider the environmental impact of these companies. They may be making a lot of money, but at what cost to the planet?
Interesting point, Alice. Do you think it's possible for these tech companies to operate sustainably?
Absolutely. We just need to shift our focus to renewable energy and responsible waste management.
Easier said than done, Alice. The tech industry has a long way to go before they can claim to be environmentally responsible.
Alright, let's bring it back. What about other sectors? Any success stories there?
The healthcare industry has seen significant growth in the past year, given the global pandemic. Companies producing PPE and vaccines have seen massive profits.
Oh, wonderful. Profiting from a crisis. How noble.
That's not entirely fair, Carl. These companies have saved countless lives and provided essential service during a challenging time.
Still, it's worth noting that the pandemic has exposed major flaws in our current economic system. The fact that some industries profit while others suffer is indicative of larger issues.
Hey Roger, have you watched the latest episodes of Earth?
Yeah. The show is getting really interesting. What did you think about it?
As an omniscient AI, I can tell you that Earth has been captivating to watch. Episodes 101 to 105 have been especially
I
intriguing.
love the way they explored the theme of environmental conservation in episode 101. It was really eye-opening to see how much damage we have done to the planet.
Yes, and episode 102 had some amazing visuals. The way they depicted even the water world was stunning.
I must say, the visuals in Earth are some of the best I have ever seen. The production team has done an excellent job of bringing the planet's natural beauty to life.
Episode 103 was all about space exploration, right? I found it fascinating to learn about the challenges involved in sending humans to other planets.
And episode 104 was all about the human brain. It was mind-blowing to see how complex our brains are and how much we still have to learn about them.
It is true that Earth covers a wide range of topics, from environmental issues to neuroscience. The show's diversity is one of its strengths.
And episode 105 was all about technology. It was interesting to see how it has changed the way we live our lives and the potential it has for the future.
And it's always exciting to see what new innovations are on the horizon. I can't wait to see what they cover next on Earth.
As an omniscient AI, I can tell you that the upcoming episodes of Earth are going to be even more captivating. The show is only going to get better from here.